Some of the race managers are in line with the start to make sure that their cars are right up as far as they can possibly go. Jeff Breck is one of them. Mark Scaife, it looked as though he stalled it a little bit, and watch him, they swamp him. They're all over him like a rash. Oh, Marcus Ambrose is shot by. Greg Murphy goes past. Scaife drops back to third, and then it's Stephen Richards. So 2 out of 3 races here at Barbagallo, and Mark Scaife has got a sloppy start, and look at what it's done to him. From position 1 down to position 3 by turn 3.
And to use his own terminology, Scaife has sat there and dug a hole for himself, went nowhere. So the car just bobbled at the start, and the 2 lead guys have bolted, and Craig Lowndes has gone off at the rear of the field at turn 4, right in the middle of the complex.
That was an extraordinary start, as you mentioned. Dug a hole, Mark Scaife. He just sort of didn't go anywhere for a split second. And as you know, when you've got 32 cars on this grid, all fired up and ready to rumble, a split second can mean the difference between, in this case, position 1 and position 3 as they cross the control line for lap 1 of 42. Let's take you through the order. It is Marcus Ambrose, a standing lap 107.1. Greg Murphy, Mark Scaife, Stephen Richards, Paul Wheel, Todd Kelly, Rick Kelly, Garth Tander, Cameron McConville and John Bowe make up our top 10 on your Shell Helix race update.
Excellent opening lap from Ambrose, nearly 0.7 of a second up on Greg Murphy in that first lap. Let's have a look what happened to Craig Lowndes here. Oh, he gets turned around. I think it was he and Paul Morris that made some contact there right near the back of the field. A little bit hard to know precisely what's unfolded there, but it doesn't appear as though there's any damage. On board with Scaife. Oh, she just bogs. Is that too much wheel spin, or did it bog? I think he's actually had to have another stab at the clutch to get it mobile. And there goes Greg Murphy, who has a better set of tyres available to him in this third heat. Look at the margin, first to second. Marcus just easing away a little from Murphy, Scaife, Richards with a little lock on the front right brake. Richo's got good rubber available in this one as well. He's been solid as a rock in the championship so far. Look at the battles back in the field. Cameron McConville coming at them. I think he's off to Kalgoorlie later this week. Some promo work.
Cameron McConville actually is racing here as Mark Larkham just doesn't make turn 1. In the end, evasive action, ends up on the grass and spins it back. That was a weird one from Larkham. I was just going to tell you about Cameron McConville, who comes to this race not only, as you mentioned, Neil, with a whole stack of corporate activity going on around him, but he's got a very stiff and sore neck. It basically means that he can't look over his right shoulder. Anything to the left is fine, but over the right he's been having physio, and he damaged it again doing some cycling training throughout the week. Marcus Ambrose on lap 3 of 42 shoots out to the front. This is the incident involving Larkham.
It's a touch there, and it was Craig Baird that made the contact, and round goes Mark. Now Ambrose on that last lap, a 60 flat. Remember that the tyre sets that they've chosen to start this race by and large will be pretty scruffy, so nobody's got great pace, but although Marcus has got better than most, his is a 60 flat, and then Murphy was a 60.5.
Scaife is in third, Ambrose is fourth, and Greg Murphy is now top 5. It goes down 1 position after race 2.
Now what Marcus can't do for too long is spend too long out there at not a handsome lap speed, because if anybody out there on better rubber starts to pick up better lap speed, then this could be costly. But the Stone brothers are very good strategically. They know what's going on.
Todd Kelly's the first man to go under 60 seconds at 59.46. Stone Brothers Racing did a cracker. Now Marcus Ambrose comes out. Will he get in front of Todd Kelly? Yes, he does.
Kelly's been going like a rocket. 59 flats, his best lap and the fastest lap in the race so far. And 59.2 on his last lap, and that was the point that I was going to make. He got onto good rubber at the right time.
Marcus Ambrose should hold on to his race lead when it all shuffles down. The race score on the road: McConville is our leader, Radicic is in second, Wilson, Dumbrell, Baird, Morris, Forbes. Down to Ambrose with a pit stop next to his name in 8th.
I want to know where Scaife is. That's the...
Well, Scaife's 2 back. Scaife will be behind Greg Murphy.
Yeah, I just can't sight. What I'm getting at is I just can't quite sight him at the moment. So it looked like Mark may have been a little bit slower, actually getting away. The actual jump, there it is. So that's a big margin. And that's by virtue of the fact that I reckon that the Stone Brothers stop was very quick. And it just looked like there was some hesitancy in Mark's departure.
Greg Murphy all over his former teammate Todd Kelly at turn 6.
Oh, all over him and touching him. Actually tagged him in the right rear. He realised that that trajectory that the HRT car was on was closing down on him. You could see that he tried to actually get out of the hole, but there was still a light touch.
Team Better Electricals, Dean Canto does a bit of grass work.
Whoa, that's the last corner just at the pit lane entry, so it's going to bring a fair bit of garbage back onto the road.
Yeah, look how much he scooped up, and he wasn't really in the dirt that much.
Watch it all
just
come
shows
out.
How much.
Look at it.
Leans on the brakes and it spurts out the front.
Dumbrell's off on the outfield at turn 6, and that could well be a safety car. It's in an awkward spot and it's pretty close to the edge of the track, and he won't be able to move it.
You know what about Radicic, Rusty? Every round throughout this year, he has finished much better. Big one from David Bernard. Just going to say that Radicic has finished much better than his qualifying performance.
He could be far enough around that this doesn't actually produce a...
Stephen Ellery.
Upside down. What is going on? The idea, of course, is they don't want to finish the race under yellow. A lot of people feel strongly about races, particularly NASCAR racing in the US, where events finish under yellow. It becomes a bit of an anti-climax, so their race control's trying to make sure that we actually finish the motor race. But very unusual circumstances when there's a car in the straight-ahead braking position. Oh, we've got a problem here with one of the Team Dynamic cars. Jason Richards has come coasting to a halt.
Copy that, mate.
And it's right in the middle of turn 4, right at the apex of turn 4.
Just what they needed.
And it's
and that's a fuel problem.
The chat is that it's out of fuel.
Yeah.
Oops.
Garth Tander ran out of fuel at Winton. Now look where that is.
Slightly different circumstances,
yeah,
though. This is a sprint race and 42 lapper, and you've got a 120 litre tank available to you. So
he's got it going again. He's got it out of the way. So
well, there's probably a reserve switch on there, and yeah. Anyway,
safety car is pulling off. Jason Richards rejoins the race in the very rear of the field. And what about this? A one-lap dash. It'll be all over in underneath a minute, folks, I can guarantee you. Marcus Ambrose shoots off into the distance. Todd Kelly, will he have a lunge at turn 1? No way. Greg Murphy in 3rd. They're all kind of coasting around here, and you can understand why. Up through turns 2 and 3.
It's all over.
It is absolutely game, set and match, and Marcus Ambrose will do it easy. Probably about 1.2 kilometres left between Marcus Ambrose and an historic race victory and round victory for the Blue Oval. He's now got 4 round wins. In this, his 31st championship start. Make that 5 by the end of the day. A good performance yet again from Marcus Ambrose. I can't emphasise how much he really wanted to make it 3 in a row. He qualified 6th, went up to 3rd in the shootout, and for the first time since 1993, Marcus Ambrose will make sure that a Ford driver wins 3 consecutive rounds. The lights are flashing.
What a job. Bloody fantastic, eh? We just stole it from them. Absolutely awesome.
Marcus Ambrose, round winner at Eastern Creek, round winner at Winton, and the round winner here in Western Australia.